So the very first and most important thing is that everyone needs to understand, everyone in the class, the teacher, the students, administrators, that proficiency focuses on what people can do with a language and not on what they can't do. I'm not saying to completely ignore errors. I think that's a different conversation. But I also think that the focus needs to be on what we can do and not on what we can't do, because we already know what we can't do. We know that we can't communicate as well in many cases in this other language as we can in our native language. So the focus has to be on what you can do. The teacher uses the target language as a vehicle of instruction and communication. So target language, target language, target language. The real key to our students picking up language is you speaking in the target language. I know it's not always easy, trust me. And I know there's times you want to revert to English, and there's times that I actually do. And believe it or not, more in the upper levels than I do in the lower levels, because I have to go into some detailed grammatical explanations. But really, using visuals and prompts and repetition and routines and making what you say comprehensible is really the key. They will acquire what you're talking about. Communication is the main focus of the class. So it's great to know grammar and to know the rules. And I have taught people who are fantastic at understanding the rule and putting it together, but that really just needs to be communication. And I think it's so much fun because there's just so much talking. There's so much interaction. It's so active. In the lower levels, it requires so much planning. So what may look on the outside to be a silly game or a bingo game or a little play or movie time or whatever, however that might appear, that's all communication. And even when they're not talking, it's communication. So making those really interesting CI activities, so reading and listening and music, that's also communication, right? We have 3 different modes of communication. We have interpersonal, talking, but to get there, you have to have a lot of interpretive communication, right? You have to understand a lot of what you hear and what you read. And beyond that, those presentational tasks, really using memorization and skill building, those all add up. All those presentational tasks add up to where you can easily bring students to where they can have interpersonal communication. The majority of class time is spent doing activities that build communicative skills, and communicative skills that involve speaking, listening, reading, writing, and culture are used to build fluency in each class. So I want to talk a little bit about grammar. I think grammar is actually really quite important. However, I do believe that you just can't lead with it. And I think once you've introduced enough structures through CI, they'll get it. And when they start asking the questions is when the grammar lesson it can come out. And it really just saves so much time. So again, presenting all that language in your instruction and communication in context to where they can just easily pick out those chunks and they start to build fluency. Members feel comfortable risk-taking in the target language. This is essential. And if you focus on what you can do and you have fun, then everyone's filter is going to be lowered. Our effective filter, that's, of course, from Crashin. Everyone's going to be more comfortable and everyone's going to communicate. Students and teachers have awareness of and access to proficiency-oriented assessments and use them regularly. I love the can-do statements because they're these wonderful, they focus in what you're learning on different little tasks. And you maybe pick a few things that you're going to learn. And of course, we know that these range from very simple tasks to very complex tasks. But having somewhere to really focus on, wow, can I do X? It's perfect, right? And once you do learn how to do A and B and C and D and E and F, of course, then you get all the way to Z, and you can put them all the letters together, and you're fluent. Members understand that errors are natural on the road to fluency. Accuracy comes later. I think that it's going to be a real challenge for high school teachers. I think we get a lot of wonderful people, students in our classrooms that, we're conditioned to think that right is right because it is right. But we know that in foreign languages, you got to be wrong sometimes. You just have to be able to do it. You have to get to that can do, that proficiency, and stumble a bit. So I think that it takes a lot of work to put into the culture that it's really just okay. We're just here to learn how to talk to each other and to other people in a different language. And we know that if you don't go through that, you'll never get to that point. So all that polish comes later with errors, and the accuracy comes later. So I have a blog post on this and a whole video that I'm going to share with you if you want to check it out, and keep the graphic, because I it's a good reminder for me. That's why I made it a good reminder of me of the most essential things that I need to focus on. So I hope you're having a wonderful year, and I hope this was helpful. Adios. A tout à l'heure.